Greetings, viewers. My name is Eddie Yee, and today I will be showing you 3 items from my personal inventory as part of an assignment for ideation and prototyping.
It would seem natural to start with an item important to me from early on in my life. As such, the first item I've chosen to present is a nightlight. As a child, I had quite the fear of the dark, and perhaps it was irrational, but regardless, going to sleep every night was quite the struggle for me. Therefore, having a light source was a great source of comfort for me, and as I grew older, these fears of the dark have largely subsided. However, I find the fears that underlie my childhood fear of the dark, they still affect me. I've taken the time to dissect my fear of the dark and found it to be partially attributed to my fear of loneliness. There's an isolating feeling of laying by yourself in the darkness, just as there was when I first moved away to New York. And having this nightlight with me serves me both as a symbol of my fear of loneliness and a reminder that I have things and people that can show me the light when this fear of loneliness swallows me. Secondly, I'd like to present this green hat with a red star on it. As you probably know, this is the icon of the Chinese military, and reminiscent of the one worn by Chairman Mao. Now, the obvious connection is to my Chinese heritage, but for me, there's a more significant meaning. You see, this is the hat I would often wear as part of the Historical Battles Club during high school. I know it sounds rather silly. It's one of the stranger clubs, but at the end of the day, I feel like we did quite well in publicity and got quite a few members. And this Historical Battles Club was a vital part of my high school life. First and foremost, just as the Communist Party was for its members, this club was a great source of camaraderie for me, and the friends I made there have stuck with me ever since. And more importantly, this hat and my time as president of the club served as a template for my philosophy as a leader. And this is quite in contrast to what many of the communist leaders believed, so I find the irony there quite jarring. But I've learned to have faith in my subordinates and to pay respect for their ideas. At the same time, I've learned to understand their shortcomings, and I'm willing to make up for those shortcomings myself as a leader. Finally, I'd like to introduce you to my mouse and mouse pad. 2 items that have been with me for some of the most joyful and some of the most frustrating moments of my life. These items are quite old. If you've noticed, the company of the mousepad advertises, Sun Microsystem, that company ceased to exist in 2009 and was acquired. But they've been an important part of my life ever since then. I use these for everything, from editing images on Photoshop to typing out my essays. But perhaps the deepest bond I forged with them is through gaming. And the thing here is, these aren't great items. I dug this mouse out from a tangle of wires in a drawer. And if you can see, there's cracks at the bottom of this mouse pad. They're not the kind of $50 mouses you can buy for gaming especially. And I can see that that's quite fitting. I'm not a great gamer either, but in spite of my terrible record in video games, I love them, and so I continue to play them, just like how these items continue to do what they do. So, thank you all for listening.